This video is going to cover the advanced dashboard. Essentially what the advanced dashboard is, it's a chat dashboard that goes on one page for the agent where they can converse with the customers on just one control panel. To access the control panel, it's going to be under the bubbles here. Now, if I logged in as, for example, an agent, now admin can see all the links for each individual agent, including themselves. They can send these links to their agent by just simply clicking right click and then copy link address and send that to their agent. Their agent can also access it from their dashboard. So if I log in as Michelle and go to chat management, you now see that she has access to her own chat dashboard, advanced chat dashboard. Now, once logged in, this is what the dashboard looks like. It's designed to be a one page. All settings and everything else can be managed from one area. The entire idea behind this dashboard is just to focus on communications with customers and to get notifications on the screen, both verbally and visually. So let's kind of talk about the layout. At the very top left here, at any time, we can reload all the chats. We can initiate a new chat from this dashboard, just entering a phone number, and then it'll ask to send, and then it'll automatically request permission from the customer to chat. And then once it's accepted, it'll appear and they can start conversing with that customer inside the dashboard. To view closed chats, simply click on this button and it'll show all closed chats. So I'm going to go ahead and close one of these. I'm going to close this one here. So any chats that you previously closed as an agent, you can come back here and now see all the closed chats. You can toggle back and forth too by clicking on these buttons here. These will show and sort all your contacts based on all your contacts. All those that are unreplied. Unreplied will always appear in red, and those replied will appear in green. So if I reply to this customer here, hello there, send message, and if I reload the chats, you now see it's green. So now I can show under replied will all appear in green, and all unreplied chats will still appear in red. So this tells me exactly, as an agent working these conversations, which customers need to be responded to. Next is a priority. To set a priority, by clicking each one of these, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can set up to a priority 4. To set the priority, click on the customer chat. And then down here, you can assign the priority. If you assign to extreme priority, update customer. If I reload the chats, if I now come back 1, 2, 3, now I can see priority 1, which is the most extreme, will appear here. To show all, just set it to priority 5, and then it'll show all chats with all priorities. Each window will show information about the conversation. When the last reply occurred, which agent is assigned to that particular chat. Now, if Michelle Price was part of a chat group, it would show all chats from everybody in that group. So if you had a person named John Franklin, John Franklin's name would appear next to each chat. Now, Michelle only gets notified of her own chats, but she can see the chats of other agents if she's in a chat group. Now, how the look and feel goes. So if I update the name here of the customer, and then click on update customer, if I reload the chats, you now see my name appears at the top. So it's always going to show the name, when it was replied, who's assigned to, who's currently speaking with that customer, the phone number, and the last message that was either sent or received. There's some quick toggle buttons here. To close the chat, just simply click on this button here like I showed earlier. You can transfer a chat by clicking on transfer chat. So if I take this here, I can transfer this to the admin, which was Josh Smith Ford. Click transfer now. And now the chat's been transferred and now leaves the auspices of this chat dashboard because it's sent to somebody else. If you transfer that chat to somebody in the same chat group, then in that case, the chat will still appear in your chat dashboard, but it'll show assigned to somebody else. Next is send to CRM. This usually only applies to dealerships. By clicking on this, it'll send all the data to their CRM, which manages the leads for the dealership. So to quick edit a customer, you can come over here, click on the edit, and this will do a pop-up, and you can put in all the data that you need to put in there. And you'll see here, you can do address, city, state, zip. And then because we set this specific niche for realtors, we now can enter the custom MLS information, the city, state, zip, and any other data that we've set up in the niche area of the widgets. Next, for lead information, you can determine what type of lead classification this will get. You can do service, sales, or general. And then you can also do lead evaluation. You can do a star rating. We can rate this customer 4 stars. And if they have alternative contact methods, we can say email, and then we can put everything in the summary notes. At the very top of this quick edit form, you have the ability to send this customer as a hot lead. So let's say, as an example, I am a car salesman. I am on the lot. I get a lead because I can manage all my conversations in the field on my mobile phone. And I got somebody that wants to buy a truck, but I'm a salesman of cars, so I want to send them to the salesman who's more proficient at selling trucks. So I just enter their email or cell and then instantly sends this as a quick hot lead via email or to their mobile phone. Now it doesn't make so they can chat with the customer in this dashboard or any dashboard. It just sends it to somebody, whoever can handle the lead the fastest and the most proficiently at selling the customer on a specific product or service. So they'd enter the email or the cell or both and click send, and it'll send that information over to the other salesman to close the deal. Next is the reply button. So this actually serves the same purpose as click in on the full box here. It'll open up the conversation in the the right hand boxes here. So the middle panel here, it'll tell you who the chat conversation is with, the first contact when they first chatted with us, and then the last activity, which could be the reply from either the agent or from the customer. To print the conversation, you can do a printable format by clicking print, but here you can see the entire history of the conversation. So anything that you see that is in colors will appear pointing to the left. Left will always be the customer reply, and then the right will always be the agent reply. So you can see the full history of this conversation. First, they said, how much is that? Yes. And then it was transferred to Josh Smith Ford. And then, are you there? Hope you're still there. And then, hello again. I want to buy a car. Hello there. So you can see the conversation going back and forth, and you can actually see the agent on all the chats facing right, who the agent that replied to that customer. To reply, you simply come over here, and you can do up to 250 characters. This is a reply to Edward. Click on send message, and you'll see here, it should pop in. There you go. It popped in right there. Now, on the very right-hand side, this is where you actually manage the chat and the customer. So to reply, obviously, you're going to use what I just showed you, but you can also send MMS. So to send MMS, I can just go like this. Here is a coupon, and then I can search my files, choose the media to send. I'm going to select an MMS image. I'm going to choose that one right there. Done. Let me choose a, oops, I accidentally deleted it. So let me go back. I'm going to upload some media here, an image, and we're just going to put in the Subway logo. And now I'm going to click on send message. Now it just sent a message to the customer. Here's a coupon, and then has the MMS image. Next, we've shown MMS, and we also showed you how to send a reply back. You can do a delayed send. So let's say there is an appointment for the customer to pick up their car on Friday at noon. Well, we can do Friday at like 8 a.m., a reminder to pick up the car. Please pick up your car from the dealership. And then we do delayed send. It is not recurring, so it's a one-time send. And we're going to do Friday, and then we're going to do the time. They want to pick it up at noon, so we want to do a little bit earlier. So we're going to have that go out at 8 a.m. So I'm just going to find 8 a.m. here. And now if I do a send, now you see it says, please pick up your car from the dealership. Now there might be conversations beforehand. This will always order the future sends in the order which it was going to be sent. So if I do like a reply here, click send message, the message will be resorted before then because this one has not been initiated. Now you'll see here it has a little clock. This indicates that it is a recurring, or excuse me, it is a delayed send. And if they want to cancel that delayed send, you just hit the X box and it stops that SMS from going out in the future. Now I'm going to show you how to send a recurring. So let's say we want to do a reminder for the customer every Friday to check their oil, for example. Please check your oil. And we want this to go out. Let's say we want to do it every 3 months. So we're going to do delayed send is recurring. And we're going to have it start on Friday. And the recurring is going to be every, let's say, every quarter. And then we're going to remind them, let's say 2 days before. We click on send message. Now that recurring is sent for the customer. So this indicates here that it is a recurring. And to cancel the recurring, you can click on yes, cancel recurring. So by clicking on that, we'll cancel it. And this tells you that it is a recurring, and it'll go out based on the schedule that you've set up. Next are tag actions. So to set up tags, what you want to do, so let's use Edward Hopkins as an example here. Now by default, based on how the customer arrived in the system, it'll always have a tag origin, and then in this case it was general because he just texted in. But if it came in from a keyword, it would indicate if it was from a keyword. Those tags cannot be removed. By default, it also puts an extreme priority because I initially entered extreme priority here. So these are the tags that are assigned, but I can create some other tags for the system. So what I can do is I can create tags, and these tags will be remembered throughout all the systems. So if I go like this, click on tags to assign customer, manage tags, and I want to add a tag, and I want to call this one car arrived. I want to put a little tag sign in front of it. And just say in for service, save tag. So now we have that tag is now on our list. I want to add another tag. So this tag, I want it to be car ready. And then this is when their car is serviced already. Right. Let's cash out. Save tag. Close. All right, so once the car arrives, we can assign a tag to it. Thanks for bringing your car in. We will notify you when done. Now, if I misspelled that, notify. So next, I want to assign the tag. I want to add the tag car arrived, and then click send message. You'll see here, now it is assigned with car arrived. So as a person who is assigned to billing and all that stuff after a car service, they can come in here in their chat and look for all people that have cars arrived, car, and it'll automatically sort by that tag. Now let's say the car is ready. I can say your car is ready. We now can do tag actions where we want to add the tag car ready and remove the tag car arrived. So you're going to see this change automatically. I'm going to send the message. And now we see car is ready and that message has been sent. Next, we can get into canned messages here. So to manage canned messages, click on the plus here. And we want to make a general canned message. And I can just say, thanks first contact. So this is my way of knowing what the message is going to be. Thanks for contacting us. We will be with you soon. And I can also make this an MMS. Works just like in an MMS, but I'm just going to do this with this right here. I'm going to click Save Canned Message. Now, if I come over here, and let's say the customer just sent a reply. Are you open? So we're going to get a reply here from Edward Hopkins here. I'm going to close that out. So here we have, are you open? And then we're going to say, go to Canned Messages here. Just click on Thanks First Contact. And I'm going to send that off. So now we have all these predetermined conversations that can be sent based on what the customer initially said. Now, part of canned messages as well, if you never need to delete a canned message, just come over here and click on the delete button and it'll also delete the tag. You can also edit your canned messages as well. So by selecting the canned message, I now can edit or delete it. So next I want to do a logical reply. Now, this is kind of like how bots work. So if I come over here, click on plus, I want to do a logical reply. And let's say I'm operating a apartment complex and I want to have people text in for service or for billing. If their payments are going to be late, I can do a keyword. Let's just do plumbing. And then we're going to give plumber info. Thanks for reaching out. Call Jake the plumber at 555-999-0000. And then we also have the option too where we can transfer this to a different agent based on the reply of this keyword. But in this case, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it just in-house here with this agent. I'm going to save my canned message. So now I want to set up another canned message here, which is a logical reply. And we're just going to do billing for billing. And then the message is going to be, thanks for contacting billing. Like I say, go to link and then give them a link.com to pay your bill or call 555 blah, blah, blah if you're going to be late. All right, so save that canned message. So now I'm going to reply as a customer. Remember the two keywords I had? And I probably should have made this more clear. So I'm going to do this so you guys can see. So the keyword is plumber. Oh, that was the wrong one. Let me get out of that. Cut. give plumber info, contact, and then that way we know that the keyword was plumber, save. The next one was billing, edit, and obviously I want to put billing here so I know what the keyword was, just for this demonstration, save can message. So now, let me close this out. Let's reply as a customer. I'm going to reply with the word billing. And then we should immediately see this. You'll see it pop up at the bottom, and then you'll see it automatically send a reply. There's the incoming, and that's what was sent back to the customer instantaneously. So now we have predetermined responses for the customer's responses. Now, it's not a full bot. Obviously, we're training to make this so there's a human touch to all this. By implementing bots, it generally turns off the customer after a while. People get sick of going through phone menus. I mean, it's no different than using a bot. You never get the answer you want. We're adding the human touch to all this. We did add it, so there's a little bit of automation, but we're not going to go full bot just yet. Obviously, we have our pop-ups that come up here for our browser notifications. So now we've covered we've covered the canned messages, and we've covered the logical canned messages where a reply will automatically send another reply back to the customer. Let's go ahead and finish off the demonstration for how to use the customer file. This is a mini version of this profile here. To edit the full profile, you can come in here and do all this just like you can from this side over here. But this is where the most accessed information can be placed. Customer first name, last name, mobile number, their email address, and any notes about the customer can place here. You can put an unlimited amount of notes. Then, of course, we have the priorities that we can set, and then the tags that are assigned to the customer. This is just one way to add tags, but you can also remove tags of the customer here by just clicking on the X, and it'll remove that tag. You'll see it also removed it from over here as well. Next, at the very top here, so by clicking on just this it's almost like a link that is hidden there. If support ever asked you for a conversation ID, you're just going to click on this and then give them this ID and grab the session and then send it to us. If you ever run across a customer that the agent is speaking to and they're being really vicious and they're cursing at the agent is triggered and they're not happy, it's making them upset, well, you can always block that customer from chatting in the system by simply clicking on this icon right here. Clicking it on again will actually reactivate it so they can come back in, but I'm not going to take that off because I'm in the middle of demonstration. I'll be able to show you the rest of everything that we have to show you here. So at the very top, at any time, the agent come in here. If he wants to get the current time, just click on this. It tells you what the current time is. We also have the ability to go full screen here. You probably can't see that because I got my recorder here on a smaller screen, but there is a button to return, and it tells us that the screen has been restored. To log out, they would click on this, but generally they don't need to log out because the cookie keeps them alive. So when they access a chat link from either an email notification or any other notification, they're automatically logged into the system. So there's really no need to log out unless they were going to be away from the system for a long time. So part of the cool features inside this new dashboard is the ability to customize everything. So the theme customization, you can change the theming. So I'm going to go to a red theme here. And let's just do that right there. Click OK. Now we have changed everything to a red. Now, obviously, it doesn't look good with black font, so we can change the font color to white. Click OK. And then we can add a shadow for the text as well. So if I come over here, I can change the shadow to red. And you'll see here, it kind of makes everything a little bit more clear. You can suppress shadows by clicking on right here. And if you watch this here, you'll start to see them go away. There you go. Now, part of the system, too, is audible alerts. So let's get into this. So you can turn off sounds off. By default, they are on.
Audio alerts activated.
So that tells us the audio alerts are now activated because they were off. I can choose verbal, door knock, cat meow, dog bark, bells, or pops. So I'm going to show you guys what a verbal notification looks like. So let me close this out. So an example audio alert would sound something just like this. I'm sending a message. Then click on send.
Message sent.
Now you also get these cues and incoming SMS from the customer. It'll all be verbal. You can also choose different sounds, for example, like dog bark. So I'll do dog bark. So anytime there's an action that involves sending SMS, it'll make that dog bark sound. And then obviously you can also do door knock. You can do bells, pop, and also meow. All those will be available based on the preference of the agent. Outbound sounds we can turn off as well. So if you don't want to have those sounds to go on outbound, you can turn those off by clicking off here. Next, customization of the font. So some people, even based on age or how their eyesight is, they can't see some fonts, or some fonts are more clear than others. They can come in here, choose their own font. It'll automatically remember it forever. So if I wanted to change this to Telex, it changes all the fonts in the whole system to Telex. Let's say if I wanted to change it to something really crazy like Super Mercadio. Now, if I like things to look like this, I can have it set to that. So it's all up to the preference of the actual person or agent using the system, how they want everything to look. If it looks good to them, they'll keep it. You can make everybody happy as possible. You do have access to standard fonts. Go to the very top here. You'll see Arial font, and you also see Times Roman, Courier, and then also Verdana. So we have all access to all those other fonts, as well. So I'm just going to put this back to a font that I like, and then close that out. So as stated before, you can change this to theme however you want it to look. And we've already covered subscriber alerts on this side. So let's go to the actual settings now. So we can attach a signature to all outgoing SMS. I can just say, thanks, Edward Hopkins, CTO, and then click on save. Now, if I draft a message, you'll see that the characters left now change because now we've added this little extra text for the signatures that go out. Say, okay, I'll be there. And if I click send, the message will go out with my signature on every response. I mean, obviously, as the signature, I can put my phone number or anything else I want to put here. It's totally up to the agent what they want to put for their signature. So back to settings here. We have these options here where we can suppress offline messages to contact. To suppress those, just check it off. If you want to suppress SMS alerts, you can do that from here as well. Suppress email alerts, and you can also force all chat links to this dashboard. So I'll get into that in 1 second here, but you can also determine how many chats you want to have on load up here on the left-hand side. So let's say I want to have 100 or 50 load. I just choose 50, and now 50 of the most recent chats will load on the left-hand side. Now, remember the tags down here? We also have the tags manager can be accessed from the settings button up here. So let's talk about, lastly, about the forced chat links to this dashboard. So every agent will get a SMS notification, or excuse me, an incoming SMS notification from a client notification. So what they do, I'll show you what that email looks like here. So this is what a typical reply will look like. It'll say the last customer reply, and then they direct links to chat into the dashboard. So to log in directly and start chatting, if I click on this, you'll see that it'll bring me right to this dashboard. That's because I have this set to force chat links to this dashboard. Now, if I uncheck this, click on save. So let me send another reply here. Double check to make sure I have force chat links to this dashboard disabled, which I do. I think if I click on this, this is what the legacy dashboard looks like. Both dashboards are mobile enabled and ready to go, but this is what our legacy one looks like. That is the default. To use the newer advanced dashboard, of course, inside, once they access this, they have to click on force chat links to this dashboard. So this concludes the training for this advanced dashboard. If you guys have any questions at any time, hit us up on our support desk. We're more than happy to help you out.